In this video, I'm going to show you how, once we're finished with the layout, we're going to make multiple copies to be the pages of our entire website. So it's really important first that you check everything is as you like it. I'm going to go back to green here, I think. Okay, so that's as I like it. Now, because the footer is common, I could actually include information in the footer now. Before I multiply or copy this file, because otherwise I have to do that on every page. And if I want to have the same footer on every page, I should do that now. So let's just type in there. Forgive my bad typing today, I've got damaged fingers, so they have tape on them. Contact details, or we could just write email yoadoad@yahoo.com, and if we wanted to, we could include a telephone in there as well, but I think I'll just keep it like that. Just keep it simple. But everything you want in your footer should really be there before you start copying. Okay, just using the class W3 center there to get it in the right place. Now, one little thing we can do is we can make the email clickable. But to be honest, I don't actually like doing that because it launches Outlook, and I never use Outlook, so I prefer to just have it here so users can copy and paste that into whichever email client they prefer. Now, the other things which are going to be common to every page will be the menu, so we must check that that is all as we expect it to be. You can't check the menu really because the buttons won't work, because at the moment we only have one page. There's only one page to our site. So the links won't work until we have created the copies of this page with these names here. Now, the names in my the names in my menu come from the sitemap which I drew earlier. And I did this just to make sure that I established the file names. I'm going to stick with those now. So everything looks good. We're good to start copying. Now, I'm going to go back to my Google Drive, and this is called Final Design to HTML Layout. Now, it's actually an HTML file. Now, most of the files in here were just practice for me, so I'm just going to delete all of those. This is the only file that I really want to work with. Now, according to my sitemap, this file should be called index.html. So we can rename this. Now we also want to make multiple copies of this, so we'll just go make a copy, and let's just check the sitemap. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. So I'm going to make 5 copies of this. In total, and then I'm going to rename them according to my sitemap. I have sports HTML, about me HTML. Oops. Whoops. Now, we've got all the multiple copies. We're ready to test that the links work. Nearly, anyway. Now I'm going to open all of these in the green edity, or I would like to open them in the green edity actually. It doesn't seem to be possible. Let's just try opening them one at a time in the green Edity. Now, open with, yes, there we go. Now the next step is to make the pages identifiable so we can then test the menu. So this is my home page. So I'm just going to write here, home page, and I'm going to make that bigger. Now, one of the things about the W3 CSS is it has some very easy text formatting. So there's my home page, and I'm going to take a copy of that to paste into the other pages. So I go back to my Google Drive. Now, before I test the navigation, I need to make sure that all of these pages are identifiable. So I'm just going to go in, I'm going to open them all up, and I'm going to add some content to the page so that it's easy to identify. And I'm just going to write in the topic of the page where it says big image. So this is my science work. And we just need to replace this with that. Okay, now I'm not going to do all of them. I think you've probably got the idea. I'll just do one more and then I'll show you how we can test the menu. So we've got index, science, and we'll do about me as well. Oh. And we're also going to replace this class with jumbo text. Okay, so now the menu should at least work for index, science and artwork because those pages exist. The menu will work for the other pages, but they will all look identical to index because I haven't yet made them identifiable. So let's check that button, shall we? I don't have permissions. Now, if you encounter this problem, there is a solution, I know. So we're going to go to our Google Drive, and we're also going to download this whole folder called Responsive. So in order to download the whole thing, I need to go up a level, and I need to right-click, download. Because we don't need to test our pages on the internet, we can actually test them on our desktop computer here. So let's go to that download. Let's unzip that. Okay, there's our entire website so far is contained in this folder here. I'm going to add one folder here. This is going to be for my images and my videos and my audio. We're going to call those things resources. Now let's just put this in a slightly more sensible place. So we're going to take responsive, let me just go back a second. So we're going to go up one from there. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put it somewhere else. I'm going to put it here in my documents, start a new folder, call it websites, and paste it in there. Now all we have to do, let's go in here, we're going to open Index just using Chrome. It should automatically open in Chrome. And notice how we haven't got a web address up here. This is a local address. It doesn't start with HTTP. This is just a local path to the file. Let's check that it's responsive. Content 1, Content 2, yep, you can see how they're now next to each other. It looks as it should. Now remember the links for science should work, and the link for about me should also work. Or was it about me? That's okay, so there we have a deliberate mistake. Artwork is labelled about me, so I would need to edit that. Now we don't have to edit in Edity, we can also edit here on our local machine.